yo, so how do you feel about it? And she was like, yo, the first thing I felt like, yo, how could you leave me? And I was like, all right, well, cool. That's why I'm going to name the record. And I wrote it from there. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the thing is, I never released that record. I put it out on the show, but I never released it. So I think I'm going to release it now that the timing is right. And now I got a little bit of time to work a record and build a campaign behind it and really create awareness for me. Because a lot of people go through a lot of things where, you know, you never know what mental state they're in. You know what I'm saying? We can't take for granted the fact that we good and we happy and we living. Some people, you know, not everybody's there mentally. You know what I'm saying? So you got to, you know, try to show love to everybody.
You ain't lying, man.
Yeah.
So that was a little heavy right there.
Yeah, definitely.
A little heavy. Cisco Rosado is in the building with me. So give me your favorite track that you've worked on. Your favorite track you produced.
Wow. Oh, man, I got a lot of them. One of them was New York 1. And it was a record I did, New York 1, where I took all my favorite my favorite rappers from New York, and I put them on a record. And it was so I did Jim Jones from Harlem, and I did Uncle Murder, obviously from Brooklyn, and then I got Kool G Rap for Queens. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a borough thing, and everybody came in and rep their borough on the record. I think, you know, above, like I said, because it's like, for me, it's not always about the records that work well on radio. It's about the records that mean something to me. You know what I'm saying? So that was a dope record because, like I said, the chance to work with somebody like Kool G Rap for me was big because I grew up, I was inspired by Kool G Rap. I was inspired by Smooth the Hustler. You know what I'm saying? Because I was, you know, was young in the street and I heard cats like that, and it was like that's what motivated me to get going and make something of myself. You know what I'm saying? So definitely like a record like that. Working with Tank, obviously. Working with Bobby Valentino. I did Fugitive for him.
Looking forward to working with.
You know, it's tough because, like I said, I get inspired by real musical talents. Not so much like
names.
Cats. No, it's not about names. It's about some cats just like, they get, you know, the difference is now it's a singles market. So people identify with records. They don't identify with artists. That's the difference between now and years ago when I was kind of coming up. So like, you know, a lot of people might hear a record and be like, yo, you know, I love that record. But if you ask them, well, who's the artist on that record, they won't know. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So that's the thing. I'm not so much record driven. I'm artist because like any record that gets a little mustard behind it or gets a couple DJs behind it could win and not actually be a good record. But I come from the era when you had to be a good record. Even with money behind it, you had to be a good record to make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think Drake is dope. I say that. Shout out to Drake. I think Drake is dope as shit. Because he's consistent. He comes up with shit every time that it's like, yo, man, that's a dope record. You know, the Hotline Bling joint is hard.
Absolutely.
You know, how he killed Homeboy was crazy.
I was just about to ask you how you feel about that.
Killed him,
Meek's
man.
done? Is Meek done as a producer? Is Meek done out here?
Is he done?
Done. But is he one hit away or is he like people just don't care?
Once again, I'm going to fall back to what I just said. Being that if you asked me this 10 years ago, I would have said, yo, he got some serious problems because, you know, people were artist driven. And they, you know, if you gave them, it's like a buffet. If they had a choice between the different meals, they're gonna choose that one and not gonna touch that one. But now it's just so much record driven that if me came back with a record that made sense and it hit the clubs and people got behind it, you know, and wanted to party to the shit, yes, he can come back, in my opinion. I do feel like he should have left that boy alone.
Yeah.
And not woken up that
Shouldn't
monster.
have tugged on that cape.
He shouldn't have tugged on that cape. I agree with you on that. But does he have a shot at coming back? In my opinion, yeah, if he comes up with the right record. But you know, now once again, you banking on the clubs to get behind you, the like my man Easy, like a lot of people, a lot of people that get behind you, fam, for you to come back and really make some sense and make some noise, because you know that white boy done put some work in.
He's not playing.
He's not, and he's going. I saw something this morning where he did like in sign language or something like that. Like you ain't see that? You saw that?
Hold on. You're telling me Drake is rapping in sign language?
No, he did the back to back. He did that in like Toronto or something, and he put a big sign behind him, and in sign language he did all the words that he was using to diss him. He did them in sign language. So I said, yo, he's not, you know,
Not
he
for
must have
like-
read that the what's the book that 50 always shout out to 50 Cent.
48 Laws of Power?
Yeah, it was when you kill your enemies, destroy them completely.
All
something like
the
that.
way, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he must have read that book because it seems to me like he's not gonna stop. It's like stomping on a corpse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. Cisco Rosado in the building.
Definitely.
Thank you for coming by, man.
Thank you for
I
having me, bro.
appreciate it.
Appreciate you,
I
man.
learned a few things.
Same here.
That Meek Mill, that sign language thing with Drake is kind of crazy. Drake,
Yeah, man. Check the social media, man. That's
I'm
all
gonna
over. That's
check
all
that.
on there.
thank you again for coming by. Make sure
Thanks for
you
having
tell
me,
them the Instagram, the Twitter, so I can get in
will.
contact with you and stuff.
I will definitely. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody listening. Appreciate y'all.
Another example of how easy does it.